Hi, my name is John Lee, and today I'm going to present on the analytic hierarchy process in right versus right decisions. And first of all, I'm going to kind of introduce my paper, what I wrote about, and it's kind of based on a right versus right decision and how to use the analytical hierarchy process in making those decisions and how useful it can be. And then finally, I'll go through a real-life example of a career decision that used the analytical hierarchy process to help make that decision. So, first of all, what is AHP? It's a system where you weigh different options or criteria that you have in order to reach a goal or make a decision between two very viable or good options. So you start with the goal, you have your goal in mind, and then you establish criteria that apply to that goal. What factors go into making a decision on your final goal, and then you weigh each criteria against each other. So for the decision maker, which criteria is most important to them? They use SATI's fundamental scale of decision making, and which was mentioned in my paper, and it shows the different weights that you can use to establish the criteria. And then you weigh your alternatives, the choice you want to make, against each of the criteria. And after doing this, finally, in a few complicated steps, you end up making your decision. And it's a pretty cool process to be able to make a decision and justify the decision you've made. The real life example I'm going to use is an example of choosing an accounting firm. There's the option. The decision maker was given the option of a Big Four accounting firm or a smaller firm. Both of these options are very viable options. Both would give great career experience, so that's why it was good to use the analytic hierarchy process in order to make this decision and justify the decision, I guess. So first, the goal was to choose the correct accounting firm. Criteria that were chosen were the work environment of the firm, the career experience gained from that firm, the location, the benefits that each firm would give, the amount of training, and which firm was best for their family. So weighing these criteria against each other in the decision maker's eyes, because they're the expert in their own decision. And the alternatives were the Big Four firm, the smaller firm. And so the criteria were weighed against each other, work environment against career experience. And in this case, work environment in this area for this decision maker was slightly more important than the career experience they were going to gain, because they figured the career experience would most likely be similar. So the environment they wanted to be in, they weighed as a 3 on SATI's scale. Work environments weighed as a 1, and went through each of the criteria, weighing them according to importance. Finally, in the end, after going through the whole analytic hierarchy process, weighing the firm alternatives against the criteria, finally the decision was made to go with the smaller firm. And it was really cool to be able to justify that decision through the analytic hierarchy process. And in conclusion, AHP is a very useful tool in right versus right decisions. Each of us are faced with many right versus right decisions in our lives, and if we have a system that can weigh our different options instead of just kind of looking at the pros and cons and trying to make a decision on them, if we can weigh the options and make a good, justified decision, it's good for everyone, really. So, and it's really become one of the most popular methods in multi-attribute decision making. So that is how the analytic hierarchy process can be used in making right versus right decisions. Thanks, that's my presentation.